Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Welcome back here today to the beautiful Udian cricket ground, where we're here for the second game of a 6-game series, bilateral series between Indonesia and Singapore. Welcome back to our two captains, Safrina and Sari. I'll hand over to the match referee, Mr. Prakash Vijay Kumar, for the toss. Okay, Singapore have won the toss. Singapore. Safrina, what would you like to do?
We'll bowl first.
Okay, they're going to bowl first. Any particular reason again today?
We're just going in for attack.
Okay, understand. Today's umpires, Yusuf and Gopak, and our reserve umpire is Sonny. So we'll be back here in about 5 minutes for the commencement of play.
Thanks. So Singapore won the toss and
Camera run.
Bowl again from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Bull's Head Steakhouse and the Top Deck Nightclub. They have assisted a lot with the ground financially. Now it comes in the bowl. Short, good bounce in. Nanda had to get up on her toes, playing it square of the wicket, out to point, dot ball. And Also the Top Deck nightclub, due to open very soon. Another good ball. These dot balls are starting to add up a little bit. There's only been the one boundary so far.
Yep. It's quite a difference in Indonesia's batting. Maybe they're playing more carefully towards the...
Or if you come down the wicket this time, chancing her arm, lofted over, short mid-on, but gathered down on the boundary and only the single.
More heights in there on that shot.
Didn't quite get to the pitch of it then, but went through with the shot to still play it safely. So we're into bowl. It's a short one there, pulled away, but stopped at a fairly short mid-wicket. Dot ball.
Alright, dot ball there from Sharma.
Just pushing away for a quick single to short square. Good throw over the stumps. The keeper took their bails off, knocked the castle down completely actually, but Nanda was quite safe.
You can see the replay here.
That's good running, very good backing up from Nanda. And that's one thing they did yesterday, they did pick up those singles that were on offer. In a 2020 game, 10 singles can be the difference between winning and losing.
Correct.
Well, in any game really, so but it's something I know the coach has worked on with their running, and they do try to get every possible single that's out there. Sharma coming into bowl now. It's short, pulled away through mid-wicket. That might go to the boundary, I think. It's been chased hard, but the right's won all the way to the boundary. Lovely shot from Nanda.
Nanda so far 15 runs out of 16 balls. And yesterday she got 130 strike rate, so a little bit work to do to chase that. But it's been solid start from Nanda and brilliant here from Indonesia.
After 4 overs, none for 25. So it's going to be a change of bowler here, and this will be Ria coming on to bowl from the Top Deck nightclub end. Right arm over. Still in our restricted fielding. We've got a deep mid on the boundary. And everyone else, and a point on the boundary. The rest of them are all inside the 23-yard circle it is for the women. All bowls a full toss, waist high, pulled away, 4 runs. Loose ball for the first up.
I think this is a new bowler coming in.
Yeah, this is Ria. Yes.
So Ria and Ada seems to be related. Have the same last name. We'll get someone to confirm.
Yeah, we might have 2 lots of sisters there, Joanna and Jocelyn, and Ada and Ria. I will try and say Pur and Karen, Joanna and Jocelyn, and Ada and Ria. That's in. Comes in the bowl now. That's short, pulled away again. This time to a very wide mid-on, and another 4 runs. Starting to get into the groove now. Oh, that ball certainly coming out of the middle. She doesn't miss time many, and she's starting to pick up that run rate now. Ria tending to drop a little bit too short again. She's got to pitch that up, get her on the front foot, start to ask the questions.
Yeah, it's bowling to brilliant here. He's a psychologist degree graduate. So you can hit another big shot.
Cross batted down the ground to mid on.
Quick single by
Another
Berlin.
lovely throw. Wasn't taken cleanly, it was well backed up. Brings Nanda back onto strike. Arena, nice little start there, 15 off 11. Here comes in the bowl now, down the leg side. Not taken cleanly by the Cooper. So they've run it's a wide and they've run the extra single on the wide. 2 wides. Score now none for 36. In the 4th over. It's proving a little bit expensive, this one. 11 off it so far. Render on strike. Bowls in. Pitched up much better that time. A little bit of indecision of batsman, batter, sorry. Ended up playing back to it and just nudged it out behind point, whereas picked up comfortably for a dot ball.
So I think this is the first double digits over by Indonesia. We got Sun now.
We do have a little bit more information here on the Singapore ladies. Let's wait for this ball now. Comes in bowl short, and this has been smashed over cover, over a wide cover. Very, very thick the grass out here. They've run 2, and I think that's all they're going to get. Yeah, 2 runs there to Belina. We do have a little bit of information. Most of the Indonesian ladies here, this is their first international tournament, it looks like.
Oh, Singaporean team.
Sorry, what did I say? The Singaporean team. Dewani Prakas debuted against Malaysia. But for the rest of them, this is their first international. So congratulations to all of them.
It must be exciting for them to put their numbers on the board for international matches.
Absolutely, and what a place to come. Island of the Gods to come and play international cricket.
Exactly.
All the places in the world, you can go to Caribbean, but I prefer Island of the Gods. Bali, great place to visit, an even better place to play some international cricket.
Exactly right. I think the heat is similar to whenever you play cricket in other parts of the world.
It's certainly different to Australia. Maybe in the northern Australia, very humid. Melbourne, you get much drier heat this time of the year. Not really warmed up yet, I don't think, but after Christmas you start to get into your northerly winds blowing, very, very hot. You can get up to 40 degrees. Whereas here we don't have the high temperatures, but we certainly have the very high humidity.
Correct. Even though we're in the sea and it's small islands, but our ground is actually located up the hill, so it's definitely closer to the sun.
Coming in, just nudged away.
So new bowlers here coming.
I think this is
Vinu
Vinu Kumar, new bowler from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. That was her first ball.
Dot ball for the first ball.
On good length. The batter was forced just to push it away. Coming in the bowl now. That's a good leg. She come down the wicket to make a full toss of it. Pushed out through mid wicket for a single. Good use of her feet, but that's a much better length of gain from the Singaporeans. They've got to keep that ball up.
It's already 40 runs for Indonesia.
So the last over of the power play. Again a good length. Nanda just forced to push it away on the offside and picked up in the bowler's run up. Good bowling. They're making them have to work. There's that one loose over there, Uffy, but
Yep.
Apart from that, they've had to work for their runs.
Yep, exactly. It's definitely less like boundaries than yesterday's match.
Yeah. Punched nicely off the back foot that time. Not a bad ball.
Speaking of boundary, I think this is another boundary for Indonesia. Nope, they saved. They are saved by the fielders.
And they're going to run 3. Very good running there from Nanda. She's pushing for that third. But that was not a bad length ball. Short of a length, she rocked back on the back foot and pushed it nicely through the covers. Unlucky not to go for 4. The timing just beautiful.
Was almost a boundary by Nanda, but unlucky.
Very well fielded, just flicked it back. Oh, and there's another good ball, and that's taken the stumps. That's Belina, bowled. Kuma, very, very nice ball, good bowling. Keeping that ball up, asking questions of the batter.
And that time, swing by, and then got the wicket. Nice bowling by Vinay Kumar.
That's what Singapore were looking for. That's sort of the breakthrough they needed. Start to get into the strong Indonesian batting lineup.
Yep.
And at 1 for 43, the Singaporeans would be very happy picking up that wicket. But it's come about by some tight bowling, much better length of bowling today. It puts pressure, and the pressure builds. When the batters aren't hitting 4s, they start to look to play outside of their normal scope.
Yep. Maria Corazon from Papua.
Mary
coming in. So Cora has actually learned cricket just a few years ago, just about 3 years ago, and she's really passionate about cricket. So, and her skills and her passion and determinations bring her the attention from Coach Nuan. So now she's playing for Indonesia. Must be a great feeling from her.
I must say, I have seen quite a lot of her here. She spends a lot of time training here.
Right.
Whenever she can, you find her in the nets.
Right.
Loves to bat for a long
I
time.
think she might have been lives in Klung Kung, isn't she?
I do think she might be a Klung Kung. There was a few of the ladies that played for Papua prior to the pandemic,
Right.
ended up staying in Klung Kung.
Yeah, so Klung Kung is, I think it's a bit far from here, so it's 2 hours away, I think, by drive.
When they come to play here, it's a very early bus ride, a very early start in the morning. Mary gets the first ball, just pushes it away the leg side.
I think she's just checking the ball out from Vinay Kumar, because that's her last ball in that over.
That's 6 overs down now. That's the end of the power play. Indonesia 1 for 43. Big thing in the power play is not losing wickets.
Yep.
So I'm sure Indonesia will be happy with the start. Not quite the start they had yesterday, but they must have expected Singapore to come back harder at them today.
Exactly.
Singapore bowling better lines and lengths. There hasn't been the number of wides bowled today that we had yesterday.
Right.
So yeah, it's quite a big improvement from Singapore. I think this is their captain, Safrina, coming on. Just wait till she turns around. Yes, it's Safrina coming on to bowl from the top deck nightclub end. Just setting their field, pushing mid off deep, bringing mid on inside the circle. Point and square leg on the boundary. The rest in a ring on the 23-yard line. Pushed away through the covers by Nanda. Just a single. Nanda moving along nicely now, 19 off 19 balls. Batting at 100%.
Shafina here is the captain of Singapore team. Number 11.
Mary just getting her mark now. Setting herself. Freno comes into bowl now. A little bit short. Mary rocks back and punches it behind square. Backward point. It's not going to go to the boundary. They've run 2. Look for the 3rd, but no, sent back. Nice shot. Again, just airing on the length a little bit there, giving her room to free up the arms, punching it behind point. It is one of her favourite shots.
Shafina here played in the HCC T20 Women's Championship before in Kuala Lumpur against Malaysia. Years old.
Comes in the bowl now. Oh, that's slipped out of the hand. That's a full toss, a high full toss. Called an no ball. Missed by the keeper, so they've got the extra. One thing with the Singapore ladies, a very young team. Looking at all the ages there,
correct.
They certainly haven't got a lot of experience in the team.
They sure to pick up experience here. We're gonna have 6 games, and this is just only the 2nd game. So, and usually with the younger they're fitter and can adapt faster.
Freno moves in the bowl, another full toss. This one not high enough to be called a no ball, but been knocked over the boundary. Fielder trying to dive for it. Couldn't
save the ball.
Knocked it over the boundary, so 4 runs again.
So that was a free hit. Gone for 4.
And Nanda enjoying that free hit there. Full toss. Taking full
free
toll
lunch
on
for
it.
Nanda.
It certainly is. Nanda was in the wars a bit when she copped a bad bounce and had a bit of a mark above her eye yesterday as well. But she's come out here stronger than ever.
Tell you she's one fierce competitor. She loves cricket.
He comes in the bowl now. Another full toss hit behind square. I think that might go for 4. Yeah, they're giving up on the chase there. It's gone for 4.
So Nanda is picking up the ball from the captain and really utilize the full toss she's given.
Starting to become an expensive over now. That is
12. 12 runs
13 off it, is it?
Yeah.
13 off it now, and that's only 4 balls down. Indonesia at 1 for 56 and 6.4. Looking like quite a formidable total as possible here again today. Freno moving in now to bowl. That's a better ball, pitched right up, just nudged and slid down through the vacant slips cordon by Nanda for a single, down to 3rd man.
Last ball of the over from Shafina.
Comes in the bowl
She's
now.
bowling to Kora.
Pitched up. That's a good length to bowl. Mary just pushing forward.
She finally got a dot ball in the last. Hopefully she gets.
It was a better finish for Safrina.
Yeah.
Last 2 balls pitched up on a good length. Again, the Indonesian batters are really not coming hard at them when they're on the front foot. It's more the short balls they're getting away in the full toss. A Kermit bowl again from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. And they're just having a little look around at the field, working it out. They're pushing the mid on deeper, get it back on the fence. Mid on, and we have almost a mid wicket on the boundary now.
Seems to try to cut up the boundaries that Nanda's given to Singapore teams.
Very hard to cut off full tosses though, unfortunately. It's you can't set a field for bad bowling. Not being critical, but the full tosses are a little bit easy.
A lot.
Yes. And Nanda has very, very good placement. You could have 5 fielders out on there and she'll still find a gap. It was called a wide. Boy, umpire Yusuf there. They've broken up the brother combination of umpires yesterday with Sonny and Yusuf officiating.
Sonny's now sitting at the third umpire.
Sitting in the shade where it's a bit more comfortable, I think,
exactly.
Afi.
I think that's a call from bigger brother.
I think so. I think so. They've been very warm out in the middle there and they're wearing black. Very, very hot.
It's a tough decision from the umpire with the black shirt, but
When it comes in the bowl, that's pitched up a drivable length there. Nanda pushes through the covers. Didn't overhit it. And brings up 2 runs. Her driving, really, she doesn't, it's all timing, she doesn't overhit, no big swing.
Maybe it did affect her last night from yesterday's game.
Lovely little shot, but pushed straight to the fielder there at point. Yeah, I know she's just starting to lean on the bat a little bit now.
She has faced more balls than partners, so it's getting on her muscles and body. So
it's going to be a hard tournament for the ladies because 6 games. Oh, a lovely ball. Almost yorked herself then, Nanda. Tried to come down the wicket and just dropped the bat on it at the last. Well bowled. And she saw her coming and just pulled her length back a little bit then. Nanda's still good enough to keep it out.
Vinay Kumar is really good at her bowling today.
Yeah, that's still a good length, but she punched through the covers again by Nanda. Still picks up the single. Certainly not a bad ball. That's a much better length to be bowling, and a lot of the other Singapore bowlers could be taking a leaf out of Akumo's books. He is bowling a length that they're trying to get on the front foot, but being forced back. Yeah, we'll come forward this time. Push through mid on for a single.
Yeah, 5 runs there for that over against 14 runs the over before, so they've decreased the run rate in that over with Vinu Kumar's bowling.
So at 8 overs, Indonesia 1 for 62. 2 more overs and they can get a well-earned drink. I'm sure Nanda would welcome it. She's been out there for, well, best part of 4 hours yesterday and today.
Yep.
She was out there for the whole game yesterday and for every ball so far today. So we're going to have a change of bowler here.
That's Davina Sharma.
Sharma coming on now from the top deck nightclub end. Just marking out a run out. They have 4 on the boundary now. A short fine leg, a point on the circle, a wide cover on the circle, mid off on the circle, and a mid wicket on the circle. Comes in the bowl. It's short, there he rocks back.
That's a big shot from
behind square for 4 runs. Fielder couldn't get to that. She only had 15-20 metres to get to it, but it was hit very hard to the boundary then by Mary. Not really short, but she still had time to rock back.
And the huge swings just push the ball to the boundaries, over the boundaries. And that's her style, that's her style. She likes the big shot.
Mary does hit a lot to the leg side. And she can play, you don't have to be very short for her to take advantage. So that length's very, very important. Because that ball certainly wasn't a bad ball, it wasn't too short.
But it did in the range of Cora's swing.
It certainly was. Comes in the bowl now. That's pitched up better. Mary on the front foot, driven down the ground.
Just nice, straight shot.
Mid on. Just for the single though. Sharma comes in the bowl now. It's short again. Nanda rocks back.
2 runs for Indonesian teams there. Nanda still running hard.
Into a wide mid on for a comfortable 2 runs. Kuma's doing a lot of running today. Nanda. Not hitting as many boundaries. Well, there's a full toss hit through.
I think this one's a boundary.
Wide mid wicket.
You called it, Nico.
That's almost a cow corner, that one, but certainly wasn't a slog. Nice pull shot from a full toss. Picked the gap nicely, straight to the boundary.
Certainly a great shot from Nanda. Already 37 now from Nanda. Let's see if she can get to another 50 runs in this game.
37 off 29. That's a nice strike rate. Early in the innings still.
And Cora here remains a great support for her.
That was well bowled. Didn't give her the room that time. Short of the length. Played back, but really couldn't hit the ball with any power then. And then they're just hitting it back to the bowler for a dot ball. Jim comes in the bowl again. Sharma comes in the bowl. Full toss again. This time, it's gone through the fielder there. May have copped a bit of a bad bounce. Have to blame the groundsman for that. But it got through for 4 runs then. They can't afford those.
That's a full toss from Sharma. That's why Nanda sees it and she's just coming over for a big shot.
Yeah, there are some areas out on the field there that were damaged in the past by when they played soccer here, and it's taken a lot for them to recover.
You did well done job with all the grass here. It's greener. It's certainly
hiding a little bit there after there is. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of soil cover here. There's rocks only just below the surface, and occasionally, particularly after rain, you can have they start to float up almost.
And in terms of weather, I think this time should have been a lot more rains, right?
We are coming into the wet season. A little bit lucky to if we get through the six days of cricket without any interruptions. We've had a lot of rain over the last month. We're hoping, fingers crossed, that we can get through this 6 days.
Yep. So far so good.
So far so good. If it rains at night, that's fine. But it hasn't been big rain. It's only been nice light showers, which just freshen up the ground. Saves me having to do any work or
exactly. It's a free beer for Nico.
Free beer for Nico. That's it. Michael, who assists me at the ground, basically given a day off every time it rains. Don't worry, someone's done the job for you.
It's the power of the Island of the Gods, isn't it?
That's it.
Shafina's coming to bowl in.
Coming from the Bull's Head Steakhouse, and now change of ends. Beat Mary then through the keeper.
It's a better start for Shafina with a dot ball there. Oh, it swings.
That
That's
ball, a
such a
bit of swing then, yeah.
Mm,
Actually went between the pads and the stumps.
yeah. Could have hit the stumps, but
Mary trying to give herself a little bit of room there to
Mm.
play it out to the offside, and that was beaten by Safrina. Well bowled. That's the length she needs to find
Yep.
to keep them guessing.
needs to be consistent on that. Let's see on the
There's
second
a
ball
goal.
here.
That's good ball. That's a
Another
good
good
lad.
bowling.
Very forced just to play it back to the bowler. The dot ball. Much better.
Much better start from Shavina there, the captain from Singapore.
What I do like is the Singapore girls do seem to learn very quickly. They get
Yep.
punished and learn from it. Safrina bowled a few loose balls bowling from the top deck nightclub end, but now she's right on the mark. Always a full toss. Almost a full toss in the block hole there. Well played by Mary. Down the ground for a single. She came out of the crease then. I thought she was going to make a full toss of it, but almost yorked herself. But got enough on it to punch it down the ground. Now the taking strike now to Safrina. Comes in bowls. Pitched up again. This time it's just sliding to the legs. She's just tickled around behind square. And another lovely throw from the field. In, directed on the stumps,
Directed
but
on the
Mary
stumps
was
again.
comfortably back, comfortably home.
So it's very dangerous of Singapore team here. If you don't run hard, you can get the consequences. Look at that replay.
A bit of a funny finish to the game yesterday where we had a run out, and I don't know whether the Singapore lady was quite switched on. Didn't run hard and was run out comfortably. Whether she thought that they'd thrown to the other end, I'm not sure. That ball, Mary's face, hit back behind, back through the gully area, down for 2 runs. Chased hard by the Singaporeans. Into the keeper. 2 to the score brings Indonesia to 1 for 81, with 1 ball remaining before drinks.
Nanda here
10 over mark.
could certainly use a drink now.
I think she needs a Red Bull or something, to be honest, Arthie. I think I would. Or 10.
Been playing 30 overs now.
Or full toss again to Mary. Didn't get onto that one.
She got
It's straight to the fielder, just a single. So it drinks here at Udiana Cricket Ground. At the 10 over mark, it is Indonesia 1 for 82. In a nice position to put on a healthy big score there.
It seems like it will be. They're chasing the same score as yesterday with 82 on the 10 over mark.
They'll certainly be looking to score somewhere 160 plus.
Yep.
The Singaporeans have improved their length bowling a great deal today, but still the full tosses are hurting them.
Yeah.
And it's certainly the Indonesian batters are taking full toll on the loose full toss.
Exactly right. So what does it take here for the Singapore teams to catch up their fielding?
Look, to me, I just believe they've got to find that length. Some of the girls are finding it. When it's bowled on a good length, it really holds the Indonesian girls. They're not really going hard after the good ball. They're respecting the good ball, and Singapore have to hit the spot more often, more consistently.
More consistently,
If they
correct.
can find consistency, you'll see the scoring, the run rates certainly come back, I'd say. So 10 overs, we have Nanda not out 42 off 32 balls, and Maria not out 12 off 12. The batsman out, Belina, bowled by Kumar 19 off 17 balls.
Yep. Certainly still, it looks like it's better start from Singapore, but Nanda here is just having a batting clinic with her.
It certainly is. It is a clinic.
But yeah, Singapore still have time to catch up here with their bowling. As you said, Nico, some of the players are finding the length, just need to be more consistent on that.
Consistency. And that's what the coach will be asking for, consistency.
Exactly right. So we'll be back here after the drinks and for the start of the 11th over.
That was okay, I think. Okay, the umpires are just moving back into position now after this drinks break. Well-earned drinks break for both teams because it's very warm out there. We don't have a weather wall, but I can assure you it's certainly very warm out there. So it'll be Ada Bessin bowling from the Top Deck nightclub end with Mary on strike to face the first ball of this 11th over. Just setting their field, bring the square leg inside the circle. I'm sure the plan will be to pitch that ball up now, force them to play straight. And she comes now, yeah, pushed through into the covers, straight to the field, that dot ball. That's a better length. Ada comes in now, pitched right up, hit back down to a wide mid on there for a single, scamper through for a single, good running. But that's a better length from the Singapore bowlers. Can I borrow your hand?
Ramesh.
Can I sit there? 1 second. Yeah. Almost Tony Greggish. Ada coming in to bowl again now. Pitched up again. She's found a much better length this over. But pushed in the ground by Nanda for an easy single. She's a much better length. She's putting it right up there. They can't get onto her back foot, which is what they prefer to be playing. That's where most of our runs have come from so far. Comes in the bowl now. Again, punch down the, well, partially fielded by the bowler in her follow through, and no run again. So for only 2 off this over. Hunter comes in the bowl now. Again, this one's a little bit wider, but not called by the umpire. That's a good ball. Not played at by Mary. But again on a very good length. Not giving the batsman a chance to rock back at all. The batter. I have to keep on correcting myself there. I do apologise. Comes in the bowl again. All this time beaten. Through to the keeper. That's a very, very good over.
It is.
Only 2 off it from Ada then.
We've got parents actually that comes here. We've got parents from Singaporean teams. We've got Rohit here, who's actually father of 2, the twins.
Now, which 2 are the twins, right?
Ada and Ria Pasin.
Ada, okay, nice.
And Mr. Amesh here, is parents of Damini, but she's not playing today.
Not playing today. Did she play yesterday? Okay.
She did play yesterday, so
Nice.
good to have you here. And
how did she pull up after the heat yesterday? Very, very impressive.
She actually struggled after the first over, so
Yeah.
so I think she.
I'm sure a lot of the girls found it hard yesterday. It was very oppressive. The humidity, not the heat so much. And Wade, your 2 girls enjoying their cricket here in Bali?
They love it. They love every moment that they can get on the field.
so what's the secret here of the parents here to get the girls into cricket? Is this the parents' minds, or is it is it truly the kids who wants to play cricket?
No, it's truly the kids.
Right.
We used to live in India
I
a few years
see.
back, and we were members of this club called Cricket Club of India. So as the girls were kids, they used to just spend the entire day sitting and watching cricketers. And suddenly a year back, they just came and told us that we want to learn cricket. We actually tried to teach them tennis for 6 years, but they finally told us if you want to learn tennis, you do it yourself. You want to play cricket, and then we got them to Chamal at the SCA,
That's good.
and they've just been training with them for a year and a half.
Right. So they've been training for a year and a half
Yes.
for this. That's really good. And I think they've also played for the last tournament. Is it the ACC
Yeah, they
tournament?
played the ACC qualifier at Malaysia.
In Malaysia,
Which is the first
that-
tournament that Singapore played.
That must have been a really good experience from them to play in overseas, and I think 4 or 5 different teams.
4 matches they played. They played versus UAE, Malaysia, Oman and Qatar.
Wow,
They actually
that-
won the match. The first time Singapore women won a match after many years.
Oh wow! So they've
very
actually
hopeful the
broken a
team.
history there for a Singapore team. So that's really good for them.
Actually, the Singapore Cricket Association has done a good job, because my daughter's been playing for about 6+ years. So she started in the development squad, and from there, I think it's progressed to the international team. So I think there's a lot of work being done behind the scenes in terms of getting
Definitely
the
does.
right kind of.
We have Chatarina bowling now from the steakhouse, Bullset Steakhouse end. A couple of singles there through the covers. Well, that's a short ball. Again, pushed through the covers by Nanda. And just a single.
So what do you think of the domestic structure of what Singapore Cricket Association have?
I would say I think the men's team had a bit of a leg up. I think they've started playing much earlier. The women's team probably just getting into that stage where I think they're working through the age group. So now I think they have a good structure where there's a senior team. I think there's the bulk of the players here are in the.
All back behind square there. Won't go to the boundary.
They did run for 2 runs there.
2 runs for Mary.
So they do have a really good domestic structure there, from the ground up and then making to the national levels.
Yeah, I
So
think it's building up now with I think a lot of encouraging a lot of the schools to participate more,
Right.
at least in women's cricket. So I think we have the nice age group between 5, 10 or 15, and then 15 to 20, and then it's the under 19, and then
So does both of your kids comes into that halfway from the schools and then go to the clubs and getting picked up by the national coach?
mine I think started in school, and then she started playing for the development squad, and then over time I think she's made it to the Sunbirds national team. And then Ria came a bit later.
Yes, they basically they start in the academy, and then the coach sees the talent and puts them into a.
Another good bowling.
Lofted there by Mary. Two fielders converged but couldn't quite get to it. A little bit lucky there. That could have gone anywhere.
Singapore here with the spinners.
Arena coming in now to bowl. Well, that's down the leg side, that's wide.
So they have then they select the girls who have more potential and put them in the high performance program. Then from the high performance program, the girls who make it to the national team, which is the Sunburst team. So that's really the pathway that our girls have gone through.
That's great. That's certainly what we've seen so far.
Short of a length, punched.
Really good player from Singapore teams here.
Extra cover by Mary there for a single. It must be nice though to travel with your daughters, particularly to a place like Bali. Good excuse to come along, I'm sure.
No, absolutely. I think Bali is a wonderful place to be in anyway, and you add it, with the cricket on it, and then with the daughters playing. I think it's perfect.
I remember travelling a little with my son playing junior cricket. He played a bit of representative, and I certainly didn't get a chance to come to Bali with him. We went to some central Queensland places and that, but certainly not nothing like this.
Is he still playing?
Unfortunately, he did play this year, and then they had an injury just a week ago. It may be the end of him for cricket. He's torn his cruciate ligament in his knee, I believe. He hadn't played cricket for a number of years, when he was living back in Australia, but he's over here in Bali now and started to get the bug for it again, and played with us this year, and was really getting back to his best, and unfortunately had an injury a week ago.
How is he now?
He's okay, but I think he wants to go back to Australia and have it looked at to see what his options are.
The change of bowler here.
He has had 2 knee reconstructions in the past due to football, but he does enjoy his cricket, and was very keen to continue. Our season here isn't a long season. We only play, I think it's 5 games. It's a 6-team competition with only one field. It makes it hard to play much more. 2 games every Sunday.
You ever seen their bowling to
Oh, lovely shot, punched off the back foot by Nanda. Out through a wide mid-off for 4 runs.
So the team has a mix of older girls and school-going girls. So they actually practice most of the days things rather than the boys actually come and join them in the evening.
Yeah.
So some of your girls are still at school, or a lot of the girls still at school. Do they qualify for under 19? Do you have an under 19 team?
Right now, I don't think we play an under 19 format, but
Okay.
but a lot of the girls are in the 15 to 19.
Yeah, I was looking at the ages there, and I noticed that it looks like quite a few of them are eligible for under
It's a very
19.
young squad.
Yeah, very young squad.
Certainly a good investment from the Singapore Cricket Association.
Absolutely, and this is wonderful experience for them. And look, there's been a big improvement I see from yesterday. Their bowling, they've still got a consistency problem, but they are trying to bowl better lengths. The length was a big thing that hurt them yesterday, and they've made the batters, the Indonesian batters, work a little bit harder. We have a short ball again, unfortunately. Punch through the covers for a single.
What's the Indonesia structure like? I know you said yesterday girls are from all over Indonesia, but how do you get them all together to train and all that?
Well, it's certainly the hardest part in Indonesia because we all different in different
17,000 islands
7,000 islands
make up Indonesia.
So it's certainly hard, but the good thing is in every provinces here we've got development structure. So they have the under 19.
So it's really coming on again now from the
provinces.
Oh, that is a short ball.
So what we do is actually we're just picking up the best of each provinces into Bali here for the high performance training. So that's how we get these girls trained for. And actually these girls have just been training for a week now, so it's not too long.
know each other just for a week.
Yes, just for a week, because they've been practicing with their own provinces.
Their own provinces, yes. Yeah. They've come together just for basically as a squad the past week.
Yep.
Rock back again by Nando, punched down the ground to mid-on for another single.
And you can see from our bowling actions yesterday that we made lots of mistakes. Where in the past you might know that we've only usually have less than 10 extras, but yesterday was just the coach was furious about it. So
we didn't mind that at all.
He is a hard taskmaster. Oh, hit behind square there by Mary. They should run away for 4, I think. Yeah, 4 runs, straying down the leg side.
So Maria here, or Cora, is actually from Papua. And she's living in Papua, but now she's living in Bali. But she comes from Papua. She just started cricket 3 years ago, and from her home to get to here is actually a 7-hour flight. It's that far. Indonesia's stretch really huge, and it's a bit hard to get them together in one place.
That's the end of the 13th over now. Indonesia 1 for 106. Nanda is on 52. That's her 50 she brought up now. Well done, Nanda, again. That's off 39 balls, and Mary 22 off 23. So Mary's basically going to run a ball, and Nanda's just continuing on from where she left off yesterday.
And I guess it's easier in Singapore because you live very close to each other, and to get them to play together. What's the frequency to train together in the Singapore teams?
So they train thrice a week in the evenings, I think between 7 to 10 p.m. And then they get together for matches and everything else. But like you said, it's a little bit easier in Singapore to pull everyone together.
And is there any off-season, on-season in Singapore cricket?
Not really. I mean, it is sunny, and then it rains a lot. So I think the rains is the only dampener occasionally where the training gets impacted.
Misfield there. A single to Nanda.
What's the facilities like in Singapore at the moment? What kind of facilities do you regularly use to host or to train the athletes?
Yeah, the Indian Association has been the primary place where the SCA holds all their trainings.
Is that the one with the floodlights so you can train everything? That's really nice.
Sometimes they have gone with, I think there's an adjoining ground called Ceylon Sports Club.
Right.
I think they've been playing there. But these are two of the primary grounds.
Punched off the back foot through the covers there by Maria. They run 2.
That's at India Association. That's where they train.
And she's come back for the 3rd there. Well run.
Speaking of facilities here, I think you guys have, I think in this association, is that a turf wicket or is that AstroTurf as well?
So we have both.
You have both, right? Yes.
And the Astro.
We're jealous.
We are.
We're jealous.
So
it comes in now. We'll wide down the leg side.
So if I'm not mistaken, Chaturani and her daughter, and when we travelled to Malaysia for the ACC qualifier, the Asia Cup qualifier, she travelled with her.
I see.
I think so.
Must have been good support, is it?
It is nice to see parents coming along supporting their girls in their ambitions to play international cricket. I'm sure they appreciate the support.
I must say the ground is excellent. I think with the rains, it almost felt like last night and the previous one that the ground would actually be a bit under, but the drainage looks awesome here, I think, in terms of...
It's actually more of the sun than the drainage. But Nico here's our groundsman as well.
We are on limestone here, so it does get through reasonably well. Up here we didn't have big rain. It wasn't heavy rain.
Oh, okay.
It's quite funny here. We do get a lot less rain than you get down in Kuta.
2 more minutes from here, but yeah, it's different.
As soon as you get up on the hill here, we get much less rain. We watch the clouds come across, and pouring rain in Seminyak and Kuta, and I just sit here watering the ground here with the sun on me. But we didn't have anything during the night. We had bit of a morning shower. It did look quite ominous, but it lasted maybe 15-20 minutes and cleared, and sun came out and dried out quite nicely.
It's been maintained quite nicely. I mean, the grass on the ground, and I think it's pretty good
Yep.
across.
That's exactly right. As I said before, 4 years ago, this ground is just a full
We nicknamed it Dust Bowl Stadium.
dust bowl. Yeah, correct. Full
Oh,
grass.
lovely shots behind square, 4 runs. Mary's starting to get into her groove now.
Nanda here already got 50 runs and up.
Yes. Yeah, and that over Nanda brought up her 50. They're 55 now with Mary on 30. Indonesia 1 for 118 after 14 overs. So 6 overs to go. They'll certainly be trying to post a score northwards of 160, 170, maybe even 180.
So do you never plan to put floodlights on the stadium?
We have lots of plans for the stadium.
We have lots of dreams.
Exactly.
Let's call them dreams, let's be honest. We have, it'd be lovely to think that. They're building a big dormitory for the university just up the road here. And I did speak to people about the possibility of running, just continue the cables down here to give us the ability in the future. I think it fell on deaf ears, but the thought was at least there.
So who plays on this ground? Is Bali the center of Indonesian cricket? Is it the main?
So we do have 2 center of excellence in Indonesia. We have Bali and we have Jakarta. We choose Bali because it's just easier to organize things here. Also that in our squad, I think there are even Balinese players than other parts of the country, so it's easier. And the second of all, it's not a hard sell for other teams to come over to Bali, so that's why we choose Bali. We do have a couple more grounds in Jakarta. We have one in Senayan where it's a really big ground, but we share it with baseball. It has floodlights, so we can play in the night. Second ground is in Cibubur, which is around 1 hour away from the city center. Doesn't have floodlights, but we do play our Jakarta League there. So in the Bali ground as well, we also play Bali League competitions. I think we've got, if not mistaken, is it 5 or 6 teams?
Junior bowling now. Punch square the wicket to a fairly deep point, just for the single. Indonesia moving on quite nicely, although there hasn't been the boundaries coming up as frequently.
Yep, not as frequent as
I think Vinu has really bowled well. I think she's got like a nice rhythm now going. She's
Yes.
2 overs for 10 runs and got the only wicket.
She has.
I think she finds that length
She
better.
a much better length she's bowling. A little bit short again then, and that's the one that gets put away. Will it go to the boundary? Yeah, all the way to the boundary there.
I put the jinx on her, I think.
I think you did. Put the mocker on, the commentary's mocker.
It's the curse.
Nanda scored close to a century yesterday.
Yep, and she's going in again for today.
I take some of the blame for it not. The ground just a little bit slow yesterday cost her a number of boundaries where it may be pulled up a metre and a half inside.
She probably didn't realize she was on 95. I think maybe if she had, she would have gone harder.
Maybe. Some people count their scores, others don't. I don't know that she does. There's a full toss there.
And how old is she? How old is that?
That's a very good question. I'll find that out for you.
25 and up, but
So how does it work when you identify players? You pick them up and put them under the Indonesia Cricket Association. You take care of them. How does it work?
so basically we have, as I said, we have provinces that are really active. So comes to the bowling here. On the wide.
Outside the off stump, that's called a wide.
So every provinces here have their own cricket excellence center. So they have their own programs. So what we're trying to do is actually to make the programs better for them and for us. So we talk with the coaches, we talk with the management, who are your best players. We see them, we scout them, and then we just put them into our squad.
Then we're into bowl now. All beaten there, Nanda. Starting to look a little bit tired now, Nanda. A big swing at that.
Yeah, she's been playing 35 overs for 2 days now.
Yeah, it's
But
a
do
lot
the
of
kids
cricket.
still stay at home, or is it like you have a program where you keep them in an academy and they stay there and study there and play there?
No, we don't have academy, but they do
That's
start in
better.
school. A lot
Push
of our
forward.
players are either in university or a graduate as a school teacher. So whenever we have, I think their province training starts around afternoon after they work as well. So
So they work and then they
they
train in
work
the
and then they
evening.
train in the evening, correct?
That's the end of the 15th over now. Indonesia won for 125. Wasn't a bad over, that one from Kuma. Only the one boundary. She has her figures after 3 overs of
And we also have different generations of
one
cricket
for
in
16.
Indonesia, with the women's. The players you see now, they start cricket since I think they were 14 years old. But we also have the under-19s who actually start when they're in elementary. So I can see here in your Singapore team, they start early. So I think it will be a good investment for a Singapore team, and they can go a long way with this team if they're keeping their
Shafrina,
core.
the new bowler coming in from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. Just pushing back her square leg, her backward square leg back to the boundary.
Yeah, Shafina captains the team and she's a certified coach as well.
She seems very confident in what she does on the field.
She's one of the best bowlers here, 2 overs for 18.
Bowls there now. That's a good length again. Her last over was a very good over. She pitched the ball up on a much better length, and that's a good first ball from her again now. Very important that the girls learn lessons from their mistakes. It's the only way you improve is to learn from it. And from yesterday, the girls' length has improved quite a bit. That's again just short of a length, pushes Nanda back, but only able to push it into the covers for a dot ball. It's actually become quite pleasant here, a bit of cloud cover now, nice breeze blowing, not quite as hot as it was yesterday. Although she's gone over the top, that's a lovely shot.
Good shot from
Out to a
Nanda, goes
deep
for
mid-off.
2.
Oh, it's got through to the boundary there.
And through.
So that brings up 4 runs for Nanda.
Do they get a lot of exposure playing different tournaments? I know you mentioned yesterday the Asia Pacific, that's the place where they play, right?
Yeah, so Indonesia here, it's we're under the East Asia Pacific region. So we're in the same group as Japan, Philippines, Vanuatu, Fiji, South Korea, PNG, with all those countries in Pacific and a little bit of Asia.
Safrina coming in to bowl again now to Nanda. Oh, that's through her. Who she'd beaten then.
What a
Took a
bowling
big
there.
swing. She has learned that length, I think, Safrina. She's bowling a much better length. Ross on the back foot, punches it into the covers for a single. 6 off the over so far, 1 ball to go. So generally you're staying in Bali for very long?
Just for the week, I think.
Just for the week, okay, yeah.
3rd to the 10th.
And back home to work.
Back home to work.
So it will be nice a week of holiday then.
Mary's got under that one, but falls safely into the gap. 3 players converge on it, and just for the single.
So in the Singapore team, we've got a couple of. So your daughters are obviously twins here. And then we've got sister as well with Johanna and Jocelyn.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. So their father is here. He's
Sam.
Okay.
He was a former executive of the Singapore Cricket Association and a former
See.
player as well.
So it is confirmed they're both related. The last name.
Jocelyn and Joanna.
Well, that's the end of the 16th over now. Indonesia won for 132.
And then you have Kamal. His parents are also here.
She made her debut yesterday.
Kamal Raja.
Yeah. Raja and his wife Mahima.
Nice. Nice. So does Ada and Ria start cricket at the same time, or
Yeah,
that's,
together.
Together. That's nice.
just took them to Coach Jamal one January morning and I said, look, they want to play cricket. He took a trial. He said they have a lot of passion.
Yeah.
They don't know the game well, but I'll teach that. But I love the passion, so let's get them started. So these kids, all these kids are really passionate about cricket, you know. So their coaching timings are 7 to 10, but they will, you know, end up for half an hour more after that.
Yeah.
And by the time they get back home,
It must be midnight, isn't it?
close to midnight. But they just love it.
But for the parents here, do you have to drive them every time they practice, or?
No, Singapore is a very, you know, it's a very, very safe place, as well as the public transport is very good. So these kids go on their own, buses, taxis. It's a well-connected city. It's a small city as well.
Yep.
Two more bowling now, coming into bowl to Mary. Mary falls back, just pushes out to the short point for no run. This run rate has slowed down quite a bit now. Maybe they'll be looking more 160. 3.4 overs to go.
So what do you think made your kids want to learn about cricket? Is it because of they see cricket before, or what's making them interested in there? Not a huge
Full toss punched out through
India
mid-wicket.
is a cricket crazy country. So they were saying that their first initiation to cricket was just sitting at the Cricket Club of India and watching everyone just practice there. And then the IPL happened there. So they got to see all these IPL stars, and their biggest desire was to take into autographs. So they have an autograph book where they have kind of, as kids, taken autographs from all these famous players, and just the sight of them walking out of the dressing room and being able to see them. So they would come back home and say, look, I spotted this guy today and that guy today. And I think they're just got their passion into the game.
Another shot there from Cora.
So we all actually,
runs.
Ramesh and I, as we took the kids to see the Cricket World Cup, we saw the India-Pakistan game
It must have
at
been
Melbourne.
really
Ramesh saw the
huge.
India-South Africa game at Perth. So that was a wonderful experience for these kids. Just to be there
That's
in the
really,
stadium
that
and
sounds
watch
really
them.
nice.
It's a massive stadium,
It is.
wonderful place.
It is.
Football and cricket. Been there more times than I choose to count.
So I learned an interesting fact about the MCG. When it was made, the main stand, the people who got the stand made, they actually asked the architect to make it in a manner that the seats could be turned around the other side, because
Right.
the other side is a football stadium,
Yeah.
and this side is a cricket stadium. So the same seats could be used to watch cricket,
Yeah.
and then once the cricket game was over, then turn it around to watch
Yes,
football.
yeah.
And that was the way they sold those tickets at a higher price.
Kumar moves into bowl, punched through the covers again. Just for the single, they're looking for two, but sent back.
Games at MCG, it's not cheap, isn't it, Nico?
I'll be honest and say I went to an AFL Grand Final just a few years ago. I'm a Richmond supporter, and I was offered on the Monday morning, I had a phone call and I was offered 3 tickets at I think around $1,500 a ticket, Australian dollars, and I hesitated for about half a second. I said, yep, I'll take them.
Is that a discounted offer, or is that?
That was actually a series ticket, but we only got there's only one game left, the grand final, but I have 2 brothers, twin brothers actually, and the 3 of us are mad Richmond supporters, and
What a good
one lives in Western Australia, the other one is in Victoria, and myself in Bali. We all got there for a grand final.
Good brother. I wouldn't get my sister a $300 purse, so you beat me on that.
The ICC is promoting cricket for kids. I think the adult tickets were expensive, but the kids tickets were $5. So they really want kids to come watch the sport, learn. So they really want the families to come there. So imagine Cricket World Cup tickets for kids at that price.
Only $5, and you're already in the MCG. So yeah, that's a huge experience for the kids.
Sharma to come on now from the Bull's Head Steakhouse, and we're now at 17 over mark, 1 for 138. They're really looking at only 1 wicket down. They'll be looking to really go hard these last 3 overs. Try and pump that score up closer to the 160, 170 mark. I was in the bowl, lofted, and that's the first rest that Nanda will have. She's been caught at an extra cover after lofting that ball. caught and out for a well-compiled 62 off 52 balls.
How about catch? Yeah.
So that was pretty much a faultless innings until they won loose shot, but obviously a little bit tired and going hard now with only a couple of overs to go, 3 overs to go.
I think these matches are an amazing experience for these young kids because most of the time they train and I think the SCA is planning to start like a T20 league, but other than that they don't have a lot of matches because of the COVID being there. So getting these kind of matches, the one that they played in Malaysia, then Malaysia came to Singapore for like a bilateral series like this called Sadari Cup. So they played 3 matches over 3 days, and then these matches. You can't match up the experience that they get playing a match versus training every day. So it's just a great learning experience.
So in this year, how many series that the Singapore team have done? The Singapore women's team have done?
So the one that they missed in January, they had to go for the Commonwealth qualifier, which was happening in Malaysia. But I think COVID issues.
We have new batter out here, Andriani, with the fall of Fernanda's wicket. So we have Sharma with the figures of after 3.1 overs, 1 for 29. Indonesia at 2 for 138. Oh, she rocks back, hits the ball firmly out to deep mid-wicket. A misfield, but backed up nicely by the another Singaporean fielder there, and got back for the 2 runs.
The other thing which is really driving the interest of the girls is seeing women cricket becoming so big in the world. So I think last year was the T20 final, T20 World Cup in Australia.
Yep.
And
the one that broke the record,
which was televised on across the world.
Yep.
So we were able to see those matches.
Yes.
And then at Commonwealth Games, while men's cricket doesn't happen, women's cricket happens at Commonwealth Games this year. So you had that was a very good series. And then many of these countries have started the women's T20 league, like the Big Bash in Australia or the 100. And now India is also starting the UK. IPL for women's. Yeah. So just these kind of series happening and people televising them, and it's just a great experience for these girls to watch these matches.
I realise that very hard, but straight to the fielder at a deep square leg, just a single.
The ICC certainly promotes women's games more now than ever, so it's good to see a lot of girls are actually coming up and a lot of women's teams actually showing up in the boards and in the rankings.
Well, it comes in, short length, punched into the covers for a quick single.
So from both parents, what are the hopes here for your daughters in terms of playing international cricket?
I would say the 3 years of COVID obviously pulled some of that number of tournaments they could have played or matches. So it's just kick-started again. So I'm just hoping they get more exposure, like the matches like these.
Well, struck firmly there. It's basically the cow corner, 4 runs.
Yeah, 6 to 7 matches over the next few days, I think, is really going to challenge them. It's going to give them great exposure. So the more they play, I think the better they'll get. So that's, I guess, what the hope is. And then they're starting to enjoy the sport more along the way. So that's really the drive in terms of where they're going. Obviously, they're coming through school, and it's just make sure that they can continue playing through that period, because you occasionally lose players as they grow up.
That's the end of the 18th over now. Indonesia 2 for 148. We have one of the daughters here. It is Ada. Is it Ada or Ada? Ada coming on from the top deck nightclub end. This will be her last over. She has quite good figures at no wickets, but only 12 runs. She's one of the girls, certainly has improved her length today from yesterday. Bowled quite well. There's again, pitched right up, but Mary gone very, very hard over covers. through the kitchen sink of that one. One bounce to the boundary for 4 runs. No, that's not Mary, that is Andriani. Andriana just scooting along quite nicely now, 9 off 4 balls. It's just a nice little cameo here at the end. But that was a good ball, good length around that off stump. Comes in the bowl now. Oh, she's gone big this time, but it's been dropped out in the deep. Very lucky to get away with that. They come back for 2 runs.
For the fielder. Hopefully she gets.
That's the other sister.
Oh, that was a sister. Maybe there could be a bit of rivalry there. Yeah, don't take catches off your sister. I know I'd never take catches off my brothers. Comes in the bowl again now. Oh, she's trying to get a little bit funky there. Trying to do the funky stuff. There's no one in the deep behind the stumps. Both the third man and the fine legger up close inside the circle. So the shot was on, not very well executed, but she's having a go at it.
Cora is aiming for her first international 50s.
Oh, hit down the ground. Should only be the single. Oh no, she's coming, but no, she's not. Sent back. Good decision. Well fielded there at mid-on, coming in very fast.
So Andriani here is the one facing. She's actually started. Yep, 50 for
And that's
Cora.
brought up Mary's 50.
First international 50, so
That would be her first international 50. Well done. Could be
very
congratulated
excited
there by her teammates.
Actually, the two of them look very similar. So
They do look very similar, don't they?
Andriani here now is the one facing. Actually played her first cricket since she was 14 years old.
Comes in the ball. Oh, lovely shot, driven wide of mid-off. Will only be 2. Very, very thick the grass down this way. Not long, but very lush.
And she's actually the only female played in the team of the under 14 Indonesia cricket team in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. So she was the only girl playing in that team, and we had the under 15 qualifiers in Indonesia.
Okay, only girl in a men's team, a boys' team.
Exactly.
Well bowled, right up almost Yorker length there. Just dug out.
And I would say she's the most experienced player in the team, other than Sari, because she's played cricket for a while now.
So that's Arda's finish for her 4 overs. Respectable figures of none for 21.
Certainly better bowling from yesterday.
And Indonesia have moved along to 2 for 157 with 1 over to go. They'd really be looking to score heavily this over, get their score up close to the 170 mark. Very similar to yesterday's score, but a bit of a different innings today. Not as many boundaries hit.
Correct.
I think yesterday they had a lot of dot balls and they had lots of boundaries.
Exactly.
Today-
yeah.
They did, yes.
They haven't had as many boundaries, but they've just made sure that they've kept on taking singles.
And it's really only been the short ball and the full tosses that have been put away. If they can eliminate them or reduce them out of their repertoire, well, you'd see a different. Indonesia would be forced to make the pace rather than being able to rock back and hit boundaries off the loose one.
The Singapore team also did some runs with their lower end batters, so if the top and mid order can do the job well today.
Friendly
might
comes
have
in the
different
bowl, full pitch ball, hit out to mid wicket to the fielder, just a single.
Shafina comes to close the bowling for Singapore team in the last over.
Safrina certainly has learnt from what happened yesterday and from the early the earlier overs, and has really pushed her length up a lot to the Indonesian batters. Andriani there.
Is there any other tours, or this will be the last tour of this year for the Singapore women's teams?
I don't think they have anything lined up at the moment, but
Safrini
there may be some domestic one in Singapore.
clipped off the heels there. Just the single. Yeah, it's a square leg.
We were hearing that one of the either Oman or Bahrain or some country will travel to Singapore, but I don't think anything's materialized.
Safrini now at the top of her mark.
Because Singapore is a convenient country to travel.
Yeah.
So you would want more.
Every flight goes to Singapore.
Yeah.
In there, Andriani. Oh, lovely shot through the covers. Coming back for two.
So before the last ball is going to be bowled, I'd like to say thank you for both the parents.
Yeah, thanks for joining us here today.
Joining us. I hope you had a good time here. And yeah, see the girls improve.
We wish the girls all the best for the rest of the tournament. Yeah.
And thank you so much for your hospitality. We're having a wonderful time here in Indonesia.
Oh, that's not taken cleanly by the keeper, and there's a bye there, I believe. Okay, now last ball of the innings.
Special thanks to Indonesia Cricket. I think this is really great for the kids to come out and play here. Excellent conditions. Thank you.
There's the bowl. Last ball, and that is, she's got underneath that, and she's finished with a big six behind square. Lovely shot, just the way they'd like to finish the innings off. Brings up the 170. Indonesia 2 for 170 after their 20 overs. So just waiting for the scorecard to come up. That was a lovely shot. The first and only six of the innings. So we'll have a replay here of it. Yeah, lovely shot. Got right in underneath that. It wasn't a bad ball. Maybe a little bit leg side-ish. It wasn't a bad length, but she gave it the kitchen sink. Andriani on 20 off 9 balls, which was an excellent cameo, and Mary 53 off her 42. Shafrina finished up with 37 off her 4 overs. So we'll have a rest now, a change of innings, and we'll be back here in about 15 minutes to have a look what Singapore learnt from their innings yesterday, and see what sort of a score they can put on the board, chasing 171 to win the match.
So stay tuned, everyone. We'll start the second innings in 15 minutes.
Gentlemen, on behalf of one of our Okay, well we're oh sorry. Players are out on the ground, just about ready to get underway for the Singapore innings. They're opening from the Bull's Head Steakhouse and will be Putri. Better known as Derry, I believe. Should be bowling right arm over. The batter is Ria. First ball taken on the pad. Dot ball. A little bit more pleasant condition now for the Indonesian bowlers. Not quite as hot. A bit of cloud cover. The breeze is up. They're bowling into a bit of a breeze here. Looking for the ball to move around. Pitches it up. Well pitched up. Little French cut there. Back behind the keeper. Fine leg. Picks it up. There's a single there to Ria. Now taking strike will be Vinu Kumar. Getting ready to face her first ball. And this is the second game of the 6-game tournament. There he comes in, bowls, pitches up, plays off the back foot, just into short point there, no run. I'd like to thank the two gentlemen from Singapore to come over here and gave us a bit of insight into the Singapore women's cricket. With their daughters playing here in this tournament. Bowl's coming into bowl now. Oh, that's a little bit uppishly, but hit just beside the square leg umpire. Fielder runs back, pick it up, and it's a single to Kumar. Ria's ready now, bowler's coming in. Nice action, that's a short ball down the leg side, called a wide by the umpire. Well taken by Nanda again, done a very good job behind the stumps yesterday and continuing that today. There he coming in the bowl, steaming it, all pitched right up there, hit back and the bowler picks it up on her follow through. It's a good start, nice tight bowling. They're about to come in again now. Last ball of her over. What's short again, all off the body there. They're appealing. I don't know whether they come off the glove. I think it might have been off the hip. And not out. Hey, good catch. Well taken by Nanda, diving forward. Did appeal, but I don't think there was any bat or glove in that. So after the first over, Singapore none for 3. Vinu and Ria both on one each, and there was one leg by. No, sorry, one wide. And that's Yola coming the bowl, short ball, Hoyt behind square, 4 runs there. That's not the length you want to bowl here. Vino just rocked back quite comfortably and put it away. There is a fielder out there at a fairly square fine leg, short fine leg, but couldn't get anywhere near that. Comes in the bowl now. It'll be short this time. She plays square up to the offside. A bit of a race onto the boundary, and that's gone for 4 runs. This is a nice start there from Vinu. She moves along to 9. Enjoying the short ball there. So there's one ball, the leg side, one ball, short to the offside. Both punch to the boundary. Yellow comes into bowl again now. This time much better pitched up and just pushed away by the batter into an extra cover and a dot ball there. It's a better length from Yola. And welcome to David from Singapore.
I'm from Indonesia.
He's from Jakarta.
Indonesian, that's right.
Hey. Punch forward a point there. Didn't go the boundary, but they're back for 2 runs.
We've got David Batubara here, helping us commenting this match.
Thanks, Alfie.
You're going to join us. Thank you very much.
Pleasure to be here.
So David here has been staying in Singapore as well for...
That's right. Indonesian, but grew up in Singapore. Played cricket over there.
Okay, yeah.
Glad I came back here. And,
This isn't Tim Davids, is it?
it's not.
No.
Tim David.
Yeah, okay. Well, if it was, it's your shout. 1.5 million from the IPL. It's definitely your shout. Yola about to come in now. Humor facing.
Alright, so defended off the back foot.
Just forward a point for another dot ball. We have 10 off the over.
1 ball left.
Wait.
Is it a last ball or? Yes, 1 ball left.
Yeah, 1 ball left, yes.
a short run up for a medium pace bowler.
That's a good ball.
Ball.
That's a ball that lifts off a length there at that Bull's Head Steakhouse end. We saw a lot of that yesterday. I'm sure that the Indonesians like to take advantage of that extra lift you get from that end. Bowlers always seem to like, they've got the wind behind them and then that extra lift they can get there. Earlier today we saw one keep low, that one bounced a lot more. We saw one yesterday where the keeper took it above her head, which is certainly not what you expect on AstroTurf, but you do get a bit of variation here. That's
Use
it.
the strategy, I think the first 4 overs here in Indonesia, is it just bowling a good line length, or they go a bit more aggressive given the big score they posted in the first innings?
I really think they can attack here. Singapore would certainly be looking to at least be there after the power play.
Right.
Losing wickets early hurt them yesterday.
Right.
Their lower order batters yesterday certainly showed the way.
Right.
So I think they'll try and be a little bit circumspect early, have a good look at it, get used to the conditions. They wouldn't be playing in the same conditions in Singapore. Everywhere's different, so
Yep.
take their time, wait for the loose ball early. There's one down the leg side, not taken by the keeper.
On the leg side.
They've run the 1, so there'll be 2 wides there, I'd assume. Yes,
So speaking of
3
Singapore
wides.
condition, David, tell us about what it feels like to play in Singapore, play cricket in Singapore.
Well, I feel like
living there.
in Singapore, well, two things, right? In terms of the general sort of like physical condition, they have a lot more options in terms of turf wicket. I mean, obviously the Padang, the Singapore Cricket Club ground is one of the most iconic ground in Asia, if not the world. So playing there in front of the Parliament House is something that's very special. Let me see the next ball.
In the bowl.
Oh wow!
Pushed
Playing
her
a
back.
Yep, a bit of
Fended
swing
away.
we see there. I
A
think
bit of movement
a
there.
bit of movement there.
It is something we notice in Bali. I notice in Bali the balls they use in club games certainly
Right.
aren't of the quality that they get to use in the international games, and the bowlers really enjoy having a decent seam to bowl with. Spinners get a better grip,
Right.
and people that bowlers, I think they're swing bowlers, suddenly become seam bowlers. And that one moved off the seam. That one
Inside. Yep.
pushed
Right
up
around.
nicely. Another dot ball.
David, speaking of playing in front of Parliament there, we're also playing in front of the GWK. Maybe you
That's
can't see
right.
it from the camera, but it is up there. It is up there.
In actual fact, from the bowler's end now, it's a beautiful view of the statue
GWK.
there.
And in about a week, all the world leaders are going to be here for G20. So
We're trying to get one world leader here.
In the bowl now, what's
We'll
it?
see.
Full
We'll
toss.
see.
Full toss
Ooh, hit
there.
through square leg then, misfield. They're scampered through for a single. Yeah, it's going to be bedlam up this way, I believe, with road closures. I live very close to here, and I'm
Right.
not looking forward to it. My biggest issue is we have the Bali Olympics just after the G20, and I need to get down here and prepare the place for the Bali Olympics. And I do. It took me an hour nearly to get home yesterday, and I live 7 minutes away. The traffic is horrendous.
Speaking of the Bali Olympics, I think they're going to play in 4 or 5 different formats this year. Is T20, sixes, Super 8,
eights as well.
yeah.
Eights as well.
and
yeah.
indoor cricket as well. I think it's the newest one.
Oh, they're going to play indoor cricket over at the other side of town.
I think so. I think so.
Sari's complex there. It comes into bowl now.
That's
Well, that's a wide.
That's wide.
And it will happen in end of this month, I
And
think.
the 21st to the 28th, I believe. I'm still
Yep.
waiting on information, to be honest. But
There will be 8 district teams competing in there. So it's going to be a huge festival for the sports.
yeah, great promotion for the game.
Exactly, right.
It needs exposure. A lot of people, really, you ask Indonesians who've never heard of the game. A
Yeah.
lot of people.
Yeah.
And so exposure is what we need. Well, that's down the leg
It's
side
down the
that
leg side
time.
again. Gotta keep
Wide call.
that to the minimum. Well, otherwise, other than the wides, it's been a tidy over so far. Mostly
Yeah.
dot balls. Keeping the line length relatively
Yeah,
safe.
it's only in the one run scored off the bat.
That's right.
The radar's just off there a little bit. Bowling into a nice little breeze here, though. It can be a bit off-putting.
Yep. Is it safe to say that Suwon Dewi is probably the fastest bowler that the Indonesian team has, or?
Our teammates would probably argue that.
Yeah.
Are you here?
Another dot ball there.
Another dot ball to end the over.
Dara's not playing today. He's also fast bowler. So
We also have a couple of girls in the under-19s that are quite pacey and developing nicely under the coaching of Newen. We have a good mixture in our bowling attacks, and our under-19s certainly don't play in the open women's.
Yep.
The Singapore don't have an under-19 girls team, so
Yep.
you have younger women playing up.
And I think with Indonesia, what's interesting is that there's sort of equal development between the men's and women's team, right? Which I think is very commendable to the association and bringing that up. Let's see next.
Yola comes into bowl,
Yes, off the back
Just-
foot.
pushed off the back foot to point again, cut off by the fielder there, so dot ball. Yeah, look, the coaching and the previous coach needs some credit as well.
Right.
Andy Cottam, I think it's was a gentleman. He left when the pandemic hit. He was
Right.
basically called back to Australia. It's great to have Newen here, and he's certainly taken great steps forward with the representative players. The improvement has been excellent. our men's team just played in Tokyo,
Yep.
a tournament there, and
Came
improved.
very close. Came very close. I
They
feel.
did, and all credit to them because they're not used to playing on turf wickets.
That's right.
And
That's right.
such a different, it's a different game completely playing on turf, and it's something that we need to do our very best to try and give them more exposure to
Yep.
turf wickets, to learn different techniques you need to play on turf wickets, whether it be the bowler or the batsman.
And especially facing a very improved Japanese team with a lot of
Japanese,
very good
very
players.
strong, yeah.
Yes.
Yola comes in the bowl. That one's all just hit over the top.
Ooh, tough chance.
Just cleared cover there.
Yep.
They're coming back for two. The fielder gets the ball into the keeper.
Would you count
Nice
that as a
throw.
half chance, or was that more of a no man's land?
She was trying to go over the top.
Yeah.
Credit to the batter there. She was trying to go over the top, looking for the aerial avenue. Not a bad one-day limited over shot, that one.
Yep.
If you're just that little bit short on your length, gives them an opportunity to
Full
get
toss.
underneath the ball, and they'll
Full
always
toss.
try and go over the top, I think. There's a full toss, hit out through mid-wicket, back for two.
I mean, having observed the games in the past 2 days, and obviously given the conditions, what do you think is the par score? Is the par score in this conditions?
Because of the ground being and the rain we've had, I talked yesterday, I really think 160 is a good score.
Yep.
140 might be a bit around the average score.
Yep.
You really have to go aerial to get
That's right.
a lot of boundaries.
And given the slow outfield as well.
Yeah, it's very lush out this way, out the other side. Square of the wicket, not so much, and that's where the boundaries have gone a lot more.
Right.
But down the ground and out to this pocket here, it's very thick grass. I'll be running the mower over it tomorrow morning and try and give them just a little bit more reward for their efforts with the length of the grass.
That's right.
It's just the time of the year, the amount of rain we get has been heavily fertilised recently, so the growth is you can almost sit here and watch it grow at the moment.
There seems to be a very heavy rain sort of pattern, especially late and during the day and the evening. Is that true?
Yeah,
That's what I heard from Jakarta.
Yeah, very, very true.
Yep.
New bowler. Oh, nice ball,
Right
right up
ball.
on a length. Pushed away to mid-wicket, straight to the fielder, dot ball. Saying you bowled very well yesterday. I think she picked up 3 wickets yesterday. 3 for 8, 3 for 8 I think it might have been.
Ooh, an under edge.
This lady's really come along. When I first saw her bowl, she was a bit of a mixed bag, but she really has improved her bowling, and her consistency on her line and length is dramatic improvement. There she is again. That there's been skied, and a very, very good guy down on her knees, an excellent
Underneath,
catch.
What a catch.
I can't see who that is yet. Derry, I think. But lovely catch. That's the first wicket down, 1 for 22. Singapore. A better start for Singapore, but that's a wicket that the Indonesians are looking for.
That's right.
There you see that. There's
beautiful
the
angle
view
of
looking down at
Dewey, yeah.
looking down at the statue, or looking up at the statue up the hill there. When you're batting from the steakhouse, the Bull's Head Steakhouse end, that's the view you have looking up there. Don't worry about the side screen.
One of the biggest statue in the world, I think.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It has to be up there. I'm sure. It's pretty big. For all you folks who have never been to Bali, I encourage you to go visit the island and go to Geweka. I think
New batter is
Tanks and nice beach view of the seaside.
44. Where are we?
well defended off the back foot.
Number 14 we have there.
Got caught up, and Jocelyn is the new batters.
There's Jocelyn, one of the twins.
One of the sisters.
Oh, one of the sisters. Sorry. We had the pleasure of father over here before having a chat with us, giving us a bit of an insight into the women's cricket in Singapore.
Very impressed with her consistency with the line and length. I think just keeping it to the basics, right?
She has.
Yeah.
She's not a big turner of the
Not a big
ball,
turner of the ball, that's right.
but she gives a little bit of flight. Doesn't bowl blast.
That's right.
That one, I think it might have gone over the top of the leg stump there. Wasn't called a wide.
It's a wicket maiden, I think, for her first over.
That's an excellent start from
Sorry
Sarah.
for idea.
Saying, are you? Singapore now after 5 overs, 1 for 22. They'd really be looking just for improvement from yesterday.
That's right.
Reasonably inexperienced as far as international cricket goes, so they've got to try and just get anything they can out of each game. Certainly try and win the games, but if everyone just tries to improve their performance from the day before, which we certainly have seen that in the bowling, there was better lines and lengths bowled by most of the bowlers.
Seeing Salsa Bila into the attack.
At least one of the captains yesterday from Cricket Indonesia. Come from East Borneo.
Coming in from the top deck nightclub end.
Left-hand seamer.
A bit of a Malinga bowler there.
Yep.
It's a full toss.
It's a full
Pulled
toss.
out, no one out there.
Ball.
Out to square leg for 4 runs.
Interesting bowling action.
Very
With slinging.
slinger. Yes, the
Yeah.
Jeff Thompson, Malinga.
That's right.
We ran through a few names of the players. They're one of the purest actions you can get for a
Yeah.
bowler.
You can't really coach people to bowl like
You
that.
can't.
It seems like.
I did have a young fellow in junior cricket that he was only very slight, and everyone told me you've got to change his action. And I said, why? Why? Just because it's not out of the textbook. It is different, and most batsmen had real trouble with it. They don't pick the ball up as quickly because it's coming from behind his back.
That's right.
What coaching wants these.
I mean, it's very hard to pick, especially those Yorker length, more fuller
The
length.
full
balls.
length, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I hadn't seen her bowl. Now, we've had the Kartini Cup earlier this year, and we did have it last year during the pandemic, but I hadn't seen it before, and this is very interesting. And with some work, it's straight to cover.
Straight to cover.
A nice catch by the Indonesian captain Sari.
Oh, so that was a
She
brilliant catch.
swallows them. That's her bread and butter. Not going to drop that, Sari.
I think
Very
excellent.
good
field
wicket.
placement.
That's a good ball.
Yeah.
Pitched right up.
Tempted for the drive.
Just looking at it. Yeah, a little bit of movement there. That's a fall of the second wicket now for Singapore. They don't want to be losing wickets in clumps now.
Yeah.
Build partnerships. 2 for 26.
So David, tell us about your time in Singapore. What has been the difference between your time in Singapore and Indonesia?
I mean, well, a lot of things, right? Especially, in the cricket context, it was just, especially in Jakarta, in the school. In Singapore, I meant in the school setting. There's just much more competition. I think we played 2-3 divisions there.
Incoming batter now, Safrini, the Singaporean captain, just taking mark.
So yeah, I love to see the level of cricket in Indonesia, especially for the younger folks, right? Really develop that culture. Before let's see this.
Lady pitches up again,
Pitches up again.
outside the off
That's right.
stump, through to the keeper.
And I think in terms of talents that we have, I think we share the same, similar, body structure.
I don't think we're lacking talent. I think if any, we have much more people. It's just a matter of giving the right exposure to the right people and building that culture. So I think I'm very excited where cricket in Indonesia can be.
Laley coming into bowl now. Well pitched up again.
Pitched up again.
That's much better length to bowling there. That first ball might have been just a bit of a loosener.
She's got over her nervousness, so
That action really makes me, I expect the ball to move a little bit around. Very much a slinging action. She could be, I I think it's should be perfect for the big sand shoot crusher, the big Yorker. Just a nice little gentle run up, but really lets it go at the end. Oh, that's through the covers, that one. That's going to go all the way.
That was well, that was well. Well hit.
Yeah,
You timed really well.
shot.
Good shot.
So more an extra cover there. That's a nice shot. Yeah, lovely shot.
Lovely shot. It was there for the hit.
Yeah.
A bit of a half volley, but credit to the batter. Dismissed it.
But I think you'll find they're going to be pitching the ball up, looking for movement.
Right.
So there is a chance. It's certainly a chance for Singapore batters to be able to get on the front foot and punch down the ground. They don't want to be bowling short.
It's under the power play. I mean, it's the right move for Singapore to just really build out a partnership.
2 for 60. Oh, she's tried to go
It's
after
up in the
that
air.
hard top edge,
Top
over the
edge.
top of slip. Run back for just a single.
Then you couldn't get the height there.
Risky shot that really wasn't short enough to get back on, I don't think. It needs to be, it's a bit of a shot selection issue on that ball. It was actually a good length. She tried to play back where it really wasn't the right length to play that shot. So how are you coming in now to bowl? Oh,
It was nice flight, nice flatted delivery, right in the 4th, 5th stump line.
just pushed out to point. Dot ball. Pushed out the covers, sorry. We're not quite square on here. Oh, had to hurry her shot then. She played back and had to come down on it fairly quickly then. Nearly snuck through the gap. Nearly through the gate.
Very good bowling from this over.
And she's having a very good start to the tournament.
Very good start.
Another dot ball there. Just glided away into
Tidy.
the gully.
Tidy over for Shanghai here. Just one off the over.
That's after a wicket made in her last over.
That's right.
Impressive.
Very impressive.
Bowled again.
Oh,
That's a risky throw.
That's a risky run.
There's a run out. And she is well out of her ground there.
Yes.
Nice throw right beside the stumps. Taken nicely by Nanda.
Yeah.
Knocking the leg side.
And I think that's
stump
what
right
the
out.
pressure does to you, right? I mean, the dot ball, building up the pressure, using the dot balls, forcing the batter to actually run.
It certainly does. It certainly
Yeah.
does. The pressure builds, and then it brings about an error.
That's
I
right.
think there's a little bit of lack of backup there.
That's right.
It was not her call, Safrini. She called her partner through. But I think she was sort of sitting back on the bat a little bit there as we see the ball bowled. Yeah, she's still in her crease. She's still in her crease. She's still in her crease.
That's
Yeah.
right. And she
No.
hesitated a bit,
Yes.
and that was a good throw.
If she
Like
had
that.
been on the move, the single may have been there. They're very important. They're backing up.
Yep.
She
Smiled
did
over.
give the captain a bit of a glare, I think. So that's the third wicket to fall now. Singapore at 3 for 31. We have
Kamal Raja, I think facing her first ball.
Kamal Raja, yeah. Right hand batter. Saying, are you?
Yes, left it wide.
It left that one.
With that, I think a dot ball to end the over. 30, Singapore 3, 1 for 3. I'll have to excuse myself. It's been a pleasure speaking in first couple
very
of
much
overs.
for joining us.
Thank you for inviting us, Afi. Pleasure. Cheers.
Thank you, bro.
The Lali bowling now from the top deck nightclub end. The second over. First over went for 8, but it was after her first ball. It was bowled very good line length. There's another ball pitched right up, just sliding off the face of the bat there to gully. Picked up by the fielder, and no run. Coming in to bowl again now. Oh, he left that one go. That's another ball that just lifted a little bit off a length. Outside the off stump.
The action must have been surprised the batters.
Yeah, you wouldn't, not too many have seen this sort of an action.
Certainly.
You don't see too many left-handers.
Exactly.
Number one, I see very few left-handers. Well, that's well bowled, that's through her there. Just outside the off stump.
So, Indonesia, because it's a Muslim majority country, as a Muslim you won't, like if you're left-handed you're forced to be right-handed anyway, so it's really hard to
that's
to
an
look for
interesting one.
left-handed. Yeah, so in the Muslim you have to eat your right hand, you have to greet people with the right hand, so yeah, right with your right hand. So
coming in the bowl, left arm over,
it's a quirk.
or on a good length, just pushed away into the covers again. It's a tied over. Good bowling from the Indonesians.
Yep, 4 dot balls so far for Lily.
Last 3 overs have gone for very few runs. Seven overs, nearly 7.4 overs, 31 runs on the board. There it is again, right up on the spot. Oh, getting a little bit carried away with the backing up there. Got to be a little bit careful. Leaving a crease. She doesn't want to be stranded down the track and be run out at the non-striker's end.
Lily's going for a maiden over here. See if she got it. Kumar Raja.
Pitched up. Nice shot, but hit straight to cover point. A little bit of a fumble there. Cooper did fumble it, failed to take the bails off, and she just got home.
See on the replay here if she got the wicket now.
Is that out? No, she did fail to take the bails off then. Yes. Yeah. She managed to get home. Very lucky
on the
there.
Ball there. Lily didn't get the maiden over, but Sangayu's here coming.
Coming in for a third over. Whoa, another run over. There's a direct hit and there's a run out.
Finally got a run out there, but it's awarded to Sangayu.
There's Canal run out there. That's they can't afford those run outs. Hard enough as it is.
Chasing very hard chasing runs, isn't it?
It is. I know there's pressure on for those quick singles, but that's throwing your wicket away a little bit there.
Singapore did win the toss, but they did choose to bowl. Maybe they are real confident with their bowling. So, what do you think the reason?
Yeah, surprised me. I would have been. I thought they might have tried batting first if they won the toss. Try and put a little bit of a score on and put some pressure on the Indonesians. Bowling first. Yeah, they tried that yesterday. It didn't really come off for them, and they struggled trying to chase down quite a formidable score. Today, doing the same again, and again they are chasing quite a big score, and the pressure is starting to tell. Those 2 run-outs now really were throwing wickets away, a bit of a waste, unfortunately. The girls need to spend time out in the middle. Punched out to mid-wicket there, dot ball. Sharma, Davina Sharma now. It's the new batter. See how you outside the off stump. She was reaching for that one, hanging the bat out a little bit. Seeing how you comes in the bowl now. A little bit shorter, a little bit leg side that. She tried to push it away, but ended up going straight to the mid-wicket fielder. Inside the circle, another dot ball. We're at 8.4 overs now, Singapore, 4 for 32. Another ball just pushed into the offside this time. Dot ball. Come on, Raja.
Aiming for another maiden wicket.
Oh, just on the half volley, almost a catch there.
Jinxed myself again, I think. She didn't get the maiden wicket.
You're starting to call these last balls there, Harvey. Well, but almost a wicket again. It just didn't quite carry to the cover fielder. She made a good effort trying to lunge forward to get to it, but ended up just on the half volley.
So now you're here so far, 3 overs, 1 maiden, only 2 runs, and 1 wicket.
Very, very good bowling. She could be a bowler of the future.
She's Bali coming again from the Bulls at Steakhouse.
This is a top deck actually. Top deck nightclub end.
Top deck nightclub end. That's going
Oh, that's straight up in the air. There's another wicket. Caught in the covers by Sari again. Very, very good pair of hands, Sari. She doesn't drop catches like that.
So both of Lailu's wicket got caught by Sari.
And Singapore are stranded in the 30s at the moment with wickets tumbling. Need to build a partnership.
So you hear the edge of the bat and just went up there straight to the hands of Sari, the Indonesian captain. Lali here might need to give Sari something, a present. She already caught 2 wickets for Lali.
Sari will be asking for one, I'm sure. A very good leader out there, Sari. She's a general. She runs a team, generally fields in the covers, and there's not too much gets past her there.
She also took care of the under-19 lately. Being a mother figure, I think.
National coach with new in a way. She certainly she stepped up really well, leading the under 19 training with the assistant of a couple of other Sri Lankan assistant coaches. But there's a couple of the ladies here that do coaching. The course they did during the under 19 qualifying games. ICC ran some coaching, coach the coach courses basically, and girls learned a heck of a lot then. They learned a lot about themselves and their own abilities, their strengths as coaches.
So that's
gave them confidence.
About cricket, they teach you a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they certainly do. They certainly do, and we get great help from the ICC. Lally coming in the bowl now. Well, that's a wide ball. Yeah, well outside the off stump that one, and called a wide by the umpire. Go back umpiring from the nightclub end. Enjoyed a quiet ale with a couple of the gentlemen, and including the umpire last night at one of our sponsors' premises.
I missed that call, I think.
Afi, when you bring your wife, it's nice that you could come over here with your wife, and if you're going to go with travel overseas or travel anywhere with cricket, coming to Bali is certainly a nice option. Another ball outside off stump, left by the batter, through to the keeper, dot ball. Another good over here. Just the one wide and a wicket. The figures of 2 for 10 off 2.4 overs. Very tidy.
Stuck here with the 3-4 runs before the drinks break.
Well, that's down the leg side and called a wide by umpire Gopak. Yes, I found out a lot of history of Indonesian cricket and Jakarta cricket in particular. Talking to the gentleman last night. Story started to flow. He comes in the bowl now. Ball pitched right up.
Well bowled by Liley.
Through to the keeper.
That consistency.
He's bowled very good lengths. Today she's a little bit wayward, but yesterday a bit wayward. Today she's been right on the mark.
Last ball is over for Liley.
And that
Drinks break.
No, that was let go. That's the 10 overs, and the players and umpires will go for a much-deserved drinks break, and we'll join you back here in just a few minutes. To the Udiana Cricket Ground. The players are just getting their position now for the continuation of the run chase, second 10 over stint. And we have, who we got coming into bowl now? We have
I think it's Rahman.
Rama coming on from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end to bowl her first over of the day.
Rahma is very young as well. She's only turned 21.
21, yeah. She bowled reasonably well yesterday. That's up on a length.
Good length.
Yeah, left by the batter.
Rahma comes from Jakarta.
I don't think I'd seen Rama before, and quite impressed with what she did yesterday, her bowling.
Well, her debut is with the Indonesian team is when they traveled to Philippines in 2019.
Okay, yeah, before the pandemic.
Yeah, both Rahma and Dara, I think.
Comes into
debuted
bowl.
that match.
Short of a length, just dabbed into the gully there for no run.
Kalau mau rest, kalau nggak lanjut. Hah? Makanya harus banyak ini nih.
And I'd like to welcome Indonesian Chairman of Indonesian Cricket here to the game.
On the ground.
I'm sure he's enjoying the performance from the Indonesians here. He's got a big smile on his face. Abi, welcome, mate.
Thank you, thank you.
So the guy who'll be wearing the white stripes, orange stripes here. You can see in the ground.
Sorry, I missed that, mate.
I was saying, if you're seeing on the ground, you'll be seeing him on the orange stripes shirt, the chairman.
Ah, okay, right. Coming in to bowl again now. We're wrapped on the pads. They're sliding down the leg side there, I think. There was a bit of a stifled appeal from the bowler, but nothing, no support from the keeper there. Looks like Safina is determined to really stay there today.
Yep.
5 off 17. There's no point. Yeah, she's basically just really looking at the bowling. It's a learning experience for all the girls out here.
At least she's staying there and looking at the ball.
They've got to get a partnership going to at least make a dent in this score.
Yeah.
And after a bit of a fall of a bit of a cluster of wickets there, it's good to see her really. Oh, that's a. He played off the bottom of the bat there down to quite a square fine leg
there,
just for the single. Arama is bowling quite a tidy over here. One wide and the one single, and this is her last ball. Katarani just pushes out into the mid-wicket, but straight to the fielder. No run, that's the end of the over. Singapore 5 for 37.
It's only 2 runs there.
Nice tidy over from Rama. It's going to be interesting, Afi. Later in the tournament, we have the under-19s also playing.
Yep, they'll play.
And they're really looking for match practice before they head off to I believe a training camp in India to get some turf wicket practice. There's players trying to cement their place in the squad.
Yep.
Players trying to force their way into the squad, I'm sure. So there'll be some interesting cricket.
The under-19, Sari, she will coach the under-19 and go with the team. Sari will bowl from the
Top deck. Nightclub end. It's her first over. Comes in the bowl. All down the leg side, they'll be called a wide.
A very good start for Sari there as a captain for Indonesia team.
I've never noticed a bowling leg spin before. Might be a bit of a new thing to her.
Could be.
Comes in the bowl. And definitely at the back. Well, and it's hit straight to, or just short of. I don't think it was a catching chance. Just short of the fielder at a short fine leg. And they've come back for 2.
It's a good running there. The Singapore team staying active.
Yeah, they've moved into the 40s now. They were well held down there for quite a while. Sari moving in the bowl. Punched off the back foot, but to cover there. Fielded cleanly, and it's no run.
Chipina here still holding the teams up. There's another run there. Nope, just a dot ball. The dot ball.
So I have Shahina on 8 and Chadanari's yet to score. She's faced 6 balls. I think they have really decided they want to spend time out in the middle. Oh, there's a loose ball. Oh, that's been hit straight down her throat. And a very short, fine leg there. Quite square. Good catch taken.
By Rahma.
The ball was there to be hit, but she picked out the fielder, unfortunately. Straight down her throat, and good catch taken. So that now leaves Singapore struggling now at 6 for 40. Now yesterday their lower order bat certainly showed the top order how to play.
Yep. They held it together
played some good shots, yeah.
17th over, I think. So let's see if they can do that.
Sari certainly welcomed that wicket. It's been a long time between drinks for a wicket for Sari with no international cricket for some time. Starting to get a cloud build up now.
Yep.
Don't think it's going to worry us too much, but we may get a shower overnight again. Hopefully it won't affect the start of tomorrow's play.
Tomorrow's will be the same start.
Same start, afternoon game, and then we go into a 2-game formats, 2 games in a day. First game starting at 9:30 Bali time, second game 1:30 p.m. Bali time. All pitches up, made a full toss with a well fielded mid wicket, got the ball in quickly, no run.
Really good fielding by
Very good fielding.
See the really quick replay here.
Excellent fielding.
So Andriani, I think, stopped it for a run.
Oh, push back down the ground. Another dot ball. And that's the over. So it's 3 off the over with a wicket. Nice start for Sari.
Nice start for Sari. She's now 1 over, 1 wicket for 3 runs. Certainly a challenge to pick up the player of the match now. Each Lily have 2 wickets, but Nanda also scored 62 runs in the first inning.
And the ball leg side, flicked away, back with a square.
Nice shot.
They've come through for 1, they're looking for the second. No, they won't go for the second. Lovely throw in, right beside the stumps there. Not taken by the keeper, but well backed up.
So Ada Basin here, the batters, the twin sister of Ria Basin.
That's Ada facing up, yes.
So face up, Rahma, Team Indonesia.
Comes in, bowls, short of a length, playing a miss outside off stump there. Need to either go hard at that or let it go. Otherwise you're just going to be giving catching practice to the keeper.
Yeah.
She hung the bat out there a little bit. She'll learn from experience. Coming in the bowl. Let that one go outside the off stump.
The Singapore team is nervous here. With 6 wickets down.
Not a lot left in the dugout.
And 8 overs to go. So what do you do when this sort of situations happen? Would you try to hit big or to practice more?
I really think hitting big is not going to be the answer to anything. You're not going to learn any more by sitting in the change rooms. Spend the time out in the middle, get the experience. This is all about experience for a lot of these girls. Try to finish the 20, get as many runs. Just pick off the loose ball that's there. You might get a few wides, you might get a no ball, but the longer you're out in the middle, the more confidence you get yourself. It's experience, it's all experience. Oh, that one was a bit of a stray ball down there.
Coming for
down leg ball, leg side. Called by umpire Yusuf. No, you try and hit out now. You're not going to gain a lot, I don't believe. and you're going to be just sitting, find yourself back in the change rooms. Comes in the ball now. That's a wide ball.
Wide. So that's 3 straight wides from Rahma.
That just keeps us, the scoreboard ticks over all the time, and you're out there facing and learning. Rahma's second over. It's only going for six runs, a couple of wides in there, 3 wides. And there's a false start. Back to the end of her run up now. Ada yet to get off the mark. He's faced 4 balls. Just looking for that loose one. Comes in the bowl. Oh, they're playing a miss there. Just a little bit short outside the off stump. Trying to punch it behind square and fail to make contact. Again, I'd like to make mention of our sponsors, Bull's Head Steakhouse. Tomorrow they have roast lamb on for anyone from the cricket here that's interested. They've given a bit of a discount for all the cricketers and support staff. There's a full toss bowl. Hit the square leg. They've gone,
8 out of there.
Gone for 1. That's all they're going to get.
So another run on the board there. Gets up to 45.
So do you get your wife along to cricket at all, Rafi? Or she's
Couldn't get the chance this time, but
yeah.
We'll see next one.
Does she follow cricket at all?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Been trying to.
But you get the leave passes regularly to go to cricket.
Yeah.
Comes in the bowl now. Oh, she pulled forward the square there. But a missed field. They're going to go. Oh, they looked at the 2. No, sent back.
Just 1.
Big gun shy from the 2 run outs already, I think. But just a single there. So that's the end of the over. Well, she got a bit of a bad bounce here. I'm not going to blame the fielder for that. So at the end of 13 overs, Singapore 6 for 46. Shadarani's on 2. And Ada is on 1. Sari comes in the bowl. Hit out 4 to square. Square leg comes in off the boundary, just a single. Sari comes in the bowl now. That's a nice ball. As we're playing back, fending at it, beats the back, taken cleanly by Nanda.
Very good bowling by Sari in this over.
There's a nice over. Well, hit behind. That's hit square leg behind square. Fielder coming off the boundary. Throw. That was a tight finish there, and she's got a run out.
Run out. Oh, that's very unfortunate.
And unfortunately, if you watch that, I think she failed to slide her bat. Might have been the cause of the run out there.
Let's see the replay.
So have a look at the replay here on the screen. And she's pushing now, but she doesn't slide the bat. Too late.
That's
just short. Good throw, very good throw from the deep square leg.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate. Ada there. I think she get comfortable with that shot, but unfortunately run out there. Her bat's not. Didn't put it.
She placed it over the line rather than sliding it.
Yeah.
It might have been the difference there.
Yeah.
But look, these are things that the Singapore coach will watch. They'll watch the game.
Yeah.
A lot of little things. The running between the wickets. There's been 3 run outs. No side can afford 3 run outs. And that's things they can work on at training, without a doubt.
batters here coming in for Singapore.
Oh, almost pushed that to a fairly short mid off there. Can't quite see who the incoming batter is. We'll pick it up shortly. Sari bowls.
Sanjay Prasad. New batters.
Tanyu, is it?
Tanvi, yeah.
Tanvi. Oh, hit out some mid on there. Oh, bit of confusion there. We don't want another run out.
There, but sent back. It's an over for Sari. That's 1 run, 1 wicket.
14 completed, 7 for 47.
Sari so far had in 2 overs she got 4 runs and 1 wicket.
And here comes the star of the day, Sangayu.
Yeah, you still have
3 overs, 2 for 1. Incredible figures.
1 over left for Sangayu.
And on top of what her bowling figures were yesterday, she's having a very good tournament to date. Comes in the bowl now. Again, pitched up on a good length, beats the bat, taken by the keeper. No runs. Bowls again. Oh, just dabbed out to backward point.
Another run
and another run out.
I think there are 2 run-outs from Sangayu, if not mistaken. So
I think so, yes. That's gee, never a single there, never a single there. You hit it straight to the fielder. I think the pressure has shown, and a lack of experience from the girls. And I hope, as the tournament goes on, they're learning all the time. That is a little bit of a waste of an innings, a waste of a wicket. It's hard from here we don't hear the calling, we don't have stump mics or anything like that, but there is a bit of a communication between the batters out there. And there's been some senseless run-outs, unfortunately. Sangayu.
So every over Sangayu has bowled, I think she got wickets, either a catch or a run-out.
Applying pressure. That pressure tells the batters make mistakes. They start to call for runs that aren't there. They're trying to get the turn over the strike. They're getting blocked down at one end, trying to get off strike. Sangayu rolls again, pushed back. A little misfield there from the bowler, but she got back on it fairly quickly. Comes in the bowl now. Oh, bit of a cross bat shot there, back to the bowler. Fields on her run up, on her follow through, sorry.
Again, Sangayu is aiming for a maiden wicket in this over.
And you're not going to jinx her again, are you, Arfi?
We'll see.
We're going to look. You're going to put money on a last ball single. Bowls again. Whoa, no, straight through it. That's the one you called.
A maiden wicket.
Maiden wicket. That's a fantastic. Finish her 4 overs. 2 for 1.
It's a magical figures
Great
for
figures.
Sangayu.
Very, very well bowled.
4 overs completed, 2 maidens, 2 runs, just 2 runs, 2 wickets.
And after 15 overs, Singapore really struggling at 8 for 47.
Sariani comes again from the top deck nightclub. She will bowl her 3rd over. See Nico here stretching his legs out.
Long time sitting here, Arfi. Just give them legs a bit of a stretch. There's a little bit of bounce that time. Just sort of paddled away to square leg, short square leg then. Fielder picks it up comfortably, coming in, and no run.
Singapore we're struggling to make runs.
So he comes in, pitches right up. Oh, beats about a big swing there. Her eyes lit up with that one a little bit, pitched up in her zone, I think. And but fails to make contact through to the keeper. Nanda's done a very good job again behind the stumps today. So he moves into bowl. Bit short of that time in the air, and a very good catch, running backwards.
Wow, what a brilliant catch by Cora.
Trying to see who that is.
That's Cora.
Cora, very good catch with the ball coming over her shoulders then. I think she might have surprised herself a little bit when she took it. She got a bit excited, but very, very good catch there. Not the easiest, running with the ball, very hard to take.
Catch, yeah. I don't know if you hear the replay. The ball goes up, running backwards.
Yeah, running backwards over her shoulder.
Catch.
One hand and dragged it into two in the end. No, that's a very good catch. Never took her eyes off it.
Nope. Eyes on the ball, that's what he would say.
Asari, yes, another wicket. She'll be enjoying this. 2 for 4. I can see the smile on her face from here, the big, lovely big white teeth shining through.
Last wicket here.
She loves a wicket.
Wani Prakash coming to the batter.
Dewani.
It's a wide from Sari. Unfortunate follow up from a wicket. But regardless, I think won't change the match here.
Comes in the bowl now, or pushes forward, or lunges forward a little bit there. Not quite getting to the pitch of it. And through to the keeper. So he comes in the bowl again. Oh, another ball outside the outside edge of the bat, through to the keeper. Lovely over this from Sari. Only the one wide. A wicket in the over already. Comes in the bowl again now. Oh, just pushed uppishly there, but quite safe. And that finishes her over.
I think in terms of bowling today, Indonesia has picked up their better bowling than yesterday. Only 13 extras so far, compared to 20 extras.
Yes, certainly. There's a few too many wides there yesterday. I know that the coach wasn't really happy with that. He is something he doesn't accept. These wides, they can cost you games.
Yep.
And he certainly likes to emphasise that fact to the girls. And today has been quite a big improvement. They've bowled very good lines and lengths. There's been the occasional wide sneak in there, but overall quite good. Oh, that's a quicker ball there. A little bit of bounce.
From Tori.
From Tori, yes. Coming in for, I think it's her third over. Let's wait to see it come up on the screen here. Yeah, coming in for her third over. Nice figures, none for 8. Nice bounce there. And the bowl, it's Fuller outside the off stump.
We get the replay here, but the ball certainly swings.
It's good to see the girls get the swing. I haven't actually seen what type of ball they're using here, because some of the balls they use, it's a little bit too easy to swing, and swing too much sometimes in club games. Comes in the bowl now. Oh, she's getting a real hoop in that now.
Yep.
That started well outside off stump and basically went over leg stump, I think.
Replay here.
Oh, look at the swing. No, outside off stump. But
Very close to the sun.
a lot of swing. Bowling into the wind, she's getting some assistance there. That is the right end for her to bowl into with that swing. Comes in the bowl again now. Oh, big look. That actually went between the batter and the leg stump. And that's all swing. He's finding it very hard to play.
See a lot of replays here from Tori bowling. I think the cameraman loves it.
Yeah, I'm quite enjoying it myself. It's excellent swing, good swing bowling. I'd just like to see her starting a little bit wider, attacking those stumps. Isn't the bowl now? Well, that's better, but played back down the pitch and fielded in the bowlers. Follow through.
Nico, you want to call it? It's 5 dot balls now.
5 dot balls. I'm not going to call it. No. She's bowling so nicely now. She's really struggling. The batter's really struggling to lay bat on ball.
Wicket here.
Yeah, I'm looking for a wicket. Oh, she's got bat on that and punched it behind square out the backward point. Chased down by the fielder, and that's just a single.
Lovely single there.
Now, glad I didn't call that one. Just one off the over after 3 overs, figures of none for 9, and Singapore at 9 for 49. With 3 overs left to play here.
I think Yola will be next from the Top Deck nightclub end here.
Top Deck nightclub is a nightclub, but it's only just up the road here. It will be the only nightclub on the Bukit. It hasn't opened yet. They're in the process of just finishing off in preparation for an opening very, very soon. But they're very supportive of Balinese cricket here. Bowler here. We have Yola bowling the 18th over here. Had a play and a miss there. Comes in the bowl. Well, sure, there's the extra bounce from that end again. Batter trying to play a little bit square and maybe too close to the body there. One of the younger players here, I think, from Singapore. Very small in stature.
Duwani Prakash.
Comes in the bowl now. That's taken the bails. Well bowled. That's the start the bowl, taking the top of the bails.
So that's it for Singapore. Indonesia scored 170 and Singapore only 49. That's it for the second game.
The not out batter there was on not out. So we will leave you now and we'll be back shortly for the post-match presentations.
Nico, you can close and you can say that we'll be join us soon for man of the match. Post-match
We also have the man of the match presentation. Player of the match. And look forward to seeing you back here very shortly. And you're going to do that?
Yep. Well. Yeah, it is like. Rekor, Arya. Pak, sini Pak.
that's only.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just the two captains. Happy. The whole thing you don't need to clear. Just the two captains and the man of the match. Player of the match. You go. Oh, okay. Sorry. captain and man of the match. Yeah, player of the match. Okay. Oh, just write it from hand. So this broadcaster is right. Happy. Do you have the certificate? Okay. So is the guest?
Yep. Sure.
Yeah. We're happy. You want to try your lips? I know that. You all good? Yeah. I'll just give you the final position.
Check mic, check mic, check. Check mic, check 1 2 1 2. Welcome to the post-match presentation of the second match of Indonesia versus Singapore Bali Women's T20 Championship, live from this beautiful Udayana ground. In the presentation party, we have Mr. Abraham Singadaf, Cricket Indonesia Chairman. BCI would like to thank everyone involved in organizing this match. Title sponsor Dafa News, streaming partner View Sports and Women's Crick Zone, digital partner CrickFit, organizers Sports and Media Works. BCI would also like to thank our supporters, Top End Nightclub and Bullseye Steakhouse. Also would like to thank the Singapore teams who's coming over. I would like to invite the Singapore team captain again for a quick post-match interview. Shafina, how do you think you're doing today?
We had a plan, but we unfortunately didn't get to execute it well. So this is something that all of us have to go back and look at it again for the next few games ahead. But a few positive, I think we have tried to cut down with the extras today, and yeah.
Yep, definitely we see a lot of improvements from your Singapore team. What will be the next step in your? What are the things you're going to talk about in the dressing room tonight?
Definitely the batting strategy, because both games we didn't get our strategy right. So that is one thing that we will have to look into tonight, and with our fielding and the bowling changes with our bowlers. Yeah.
Well, you still have 4 more games for this match, so I wish you good luck for that. Thank you. Secondly, I would invite Team Indonesia captain Niwayan Saryani. So, Sari, what have you done differently from the previous game to today's game? What are the difference that your teams made so far?
Untuk pertandingan hari ini dan kemarin jauh lebih baik hari ini karena ekstra, dan dari segi bowler fielding sudah luar biasa. Terima kasih tim.
So from today's game, she felt better because the extras were cut down. What are the improvements you see for next or tomorrow's game?
Kita berharap bisa bowling 10 over dan mereka all out.
So she hoped she can bowl better tomorrow. So I wish you good luck. Thank you, Sari. And for the player of the match, we have 2 players of the match. From Team Indonesia, it will be Maria Corazon and Nanda Sakarini. So since Nanda has been here, good luck. I want to ask about Cora. So Cora, please. Here. So what do you feel? How do you feel?
Pakai bahasa Indonesia. Pertama-tama puji syukur kepada Tuhan karena saya bisa masuk di timnas dan rasanya itu pertama kali main international game deg-degan, tapi disupport oleh teman-teman setim dan juga pelatih. Jadi keberhasilan saya itu keberhasilan tim. Terima kasih.
I am very blessed to be playing with the Indonesian team, and I'm very happy to get this award. The first time I played international game, I was very nervous, but I got support from my teammates. Nanda, what do you think about your team's performance?
Untuk tim performance hari ini lebih baik dari yang kemarin, seperti yang dibilang sama kapten. Untuk ekstra lebih kurang dan battingnya mungkin agak lebih capek, jadi skornya lebih sedikit dari yang kemarin.
So she feel a bit tired from the batting for the last 2 days, so she felt really tired and probably going to sleep. So that's it for the post-match presentation, and thank you, and see you tomorrow at the same time for the third match of the tour. Thank you, everyone.